Stuart, do you go in and look and audit the MCOs actively? Like scrub and make sure that, with all due respect, I know that no publicly traded company would ever make any intentional mistakes, but do we audit the MCOs to make sure that there is not fraudulent activity in the MCO itself?
Well, the HHSC, through its contract management process, has contract auditors that go in and look at specific issues within the MCOs, specifically pulling claims and auditing, whether they're verifiable and sound, and that's looking in a sense for fraud too. So I audit the MCOs in that I go in. This first series of what will be 8 reports was looking at their special investigative unit function. We are now have just kicked off a series on utilization management of what the MCOs do, and so yes, we audit the MCOs, but a stem to stern, full-on audit, no, that's not. Also, I think beyond our capacity. Per se. I think we will learn a lot about managed care as we audit the aspects of managed care that the managed care companies execute.
I just think that it's important. Take TMHP, where we ended up spending hundreds of millions of dollars on orthodontia. And there was somebody somewhere should have seen a trigger. I mean, just should have triggered something. Whether it was the Inspector General, whether it was the Executive Commissioner, something should have triggered. I have a kind of a rule: if you see now a billboard for free braces or something free, like that has to do with like a Medicaid program, we probably should audit that. I say that respectfully, but remember all the free, you weren't here, free braces everywhere. I drive up and down 290 and other places, and I thought, this is getting interesting. We now learned that we were just approving, like we had hired a company to just approve it because that was the goal, is to get, because of the Frew lawsuit, it was the goal, is to get, where we were not medically necessary, these were not medically necessary, which is what the statute says with orthodontia. So I'm trying to get to the point where, Stuart, I say that there is some level of comfort in the largest portion of our budget that there are auditing functions that we know will never get back to the place where we were with TMHP and the orthodontia.
And I'm with you there 100%. I just think that our auditing of the MCOs is something new, first of all. And second of all, it's going to continue to follow this path of looking at all the various aspects of managed care.
Well, and I think, Mr. Chairman, it's noteworthy that 2292 was the first time that an Inspector General, and that was in 2003, the Inspector General office was created. And it was in its infancy, and then we obviously had some missteps. And as recently as probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where maybe there was maybe not a focused mission. You went in, you've been hired by Governor Abbott to go in, and I think what I read in your reports is you had to kind of procedurally get the place back.
Yes.
And you had to work to get the office back in order.
That's right.
And I think now we go into the next phase of your purpose and how you serve, your office serves the taxpayers to make sure that for every dime that's spent, those services are delivered. They're delivered in a manner that benefits the child or whoever the beneficiary is, right. And that the we can't be accusatory to the providers. We want them, that everything is working in a way that is orderly.
Absolutely, and I think the move to managed care demands statutorily collaboration between my office and the MCOs in cracking down on fraud, waste, and abuse, and we're doing that.
Good, thank you.